Yo, what is up, folks? Jay the Great here. Welcome back to another Combat Sports live reaction. As you tell the title, this is obviously Canelo Alvarez versus Dmitry Bivol. All right, so this is Canelo's, I believe, second attempt at light heavyweight, and he's attempting to cement his name in boxing history. Not that it already isn't, but this would further cement his legacy. So we're 2 fights away from the main event, folks. It should be a good night, and let's see what happens. There's also a big UFC event, but I had to choose between the two, and I chose Canelo. I haven't seen Canelo fight in quite some time. I decided to watch him. Let me just let the people know that we are live. And we shall commence. Hope you're all doing well. What's going on, AJ McCarty? Thank you. I appreciate the kind words. Appreciate it. Let me let the people know that we are live real quick. All right, Canelo's in the building, folks, and he is obviously the favorite in Vegas odds. Not surprised. What's new? Give me a second. Feel free to ask any questions, folks, about anything. That's why I joined early, to speak to you folks. I enjoy it. All right, folks, almost done. Now, this fight, I'm not sure who these people are, to be honest, but I'm waiting for the main event, as I'm sure all you are as well. Give me a second here. All right, folks. Today's a good night of combat sports. All right, we got UFC 274 also about to commence as well. Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje. It's a good night to be a combat sports fan, for sure. It really is. Let me see the fight card real quick to be sure what exactly this matchup right here is, the one that's currently taking place. So, Canelo fight card. Let's see real quick. Right now, we are watching Gomez versus Giasov. Okay. Still quite some time until the main event, folks. All right, this fight looks interesting. Feel free to ask any questions, folks, if you please. It doesn't have to be combat sports. I know this is off topic. That's okay. You guys can ask anything. What's your thought on healthy Nagato versus healthy Itachi? All right, so this is my thoughts on that. The closest thing that we did get to that, right, which is obviously Edo Nagato versus Edo Itachi. That's the closest that we got to seeing healthy Nagato versus healthy Itachi, right? And there's certain variables and factors that people like to take into account for both sides, right? So when we're using deduction, Itachi blitzed Nagato, right? And people like to say he didn't blitz him because Kabuto took control of him. That's a fallacious argument. Here's why. Kabuto simply gives you the commands to act out his desire. He doesn't physically control your body, right? Because if that was true, then you would have to argue, well, he's simultaneously controlling every single person's body, every Edo Tensei's body. That's not correct. So that was Nagato. And if you want to get very, very nitpicky, he did react to Killer B when Killer B tried to save Naruto from having his soul ripped out. and he reacted to Killer Bee in time. However, when Itachi attacked, he failed to react to him, implying that Itachi has superior speed. Right? He has superior speed to Nagato, and then we see it again when he immediately seals him. So that further solidifies the fact that, or the high probability that Itachi has greater speed. Now, the only contentious thing is the Chibaku Tensei. The Chibaku Tensei was destroyed not only by Itachi, but obviously by B and Naruto. That's the only contentious thing. So you can't say whether he can or can't destroy it on his own. We'll never know. But what we do know is that he's more than likely faster and more than likely superior just from the very exchange that we get, which Kishimoto himself wanted to portray. Right. So from that exchange, I would say healthy Itachi most likely wins on a balance of probabilities. That's the best we can do deductively and and also inductively. So that'll be my argument on that. I think Itachi most likely wins. If the case were the opposite, then Kishimoto wouldn't have made Itachi have such success against Nagato in the first place. He would have made it more of a team effort. It really wasn't a team effort. Besides the Chibaku Tensei, that's the only contentious thing. Besides that, Itachi did everything. He saved Naruto and B. So that's my argument on that. Although I know it's still contentious, a lot of people disagree. Fair enough. Fair enough. Nagato is a powerful individual for sure. What was Swag's main argument for Nagato in the recent? If I'm not mistaken, I believe Swag might have changed his opinion. I don't know if he was trolling because Seth and Six believe that they think Itachi would beat Nagato as well, and they were trying to convince Swag. I think they did. Maybe they didn't. A lot of people were donating money. Maybe he was just saying that because of donations and his live stream. But there's a possibility that he also believes Itachi wins as well. It's just narratively implied. The very narrative implies that Itachi would win. Right? He wouldn't have blitzed Nagato with such ease if that weren't the case. And it's just the way I look at it. It's easy to narratively imply when you see it. You see it happening. Yeah, they ended up playing Storm. Yeah, they kind of ended up just trolling and kind of tossing the very idea to the side, but I tend to lean towards Itachi. It's one of the most highly debated and controversial matchups in the Naruto fandom, though. Rightfully so. They're always compared. Sorry, folks, this is freezing on me. There you go. But yeah, it's a good one. It'll always be a good question. But feel free to ask any questions, folks. Anime as well. That's why I'm here early. To show my gratitude for the support. Obviously, when the main fight starts, I'll be focused on that. But until then, you guys can ask. It's been a while since I've seen Canelo live, Give me a second here. Let me just pin that real quick. There we go. All right, folks, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Again, it can be anime. Appreciate the questions. Or it can be combat sports, or it can be anything really. So, thank you. All right, folks, I believe this fight has ended, if I'm not mistaken. Never mind. It is not over. Still going. You stream on Twitch or anything besides YouTube? Yes. My Twitch is in the description. I try to Twitch every few weeks. I do reactions to the manga of Boruto. I'm thinking about reacting to the Dragon Ball Super manga as well. Possibly the next chapter. I got very interested with Bardock making a return. It was very, very eye-opening and very cool. So I do have a Twitch. It's in the description. Also a Discord if you're not in it already. We try to do server-wide events. I'm thinking about doing a Dragon Ball Super Broly watch Discord watch party, possibly. And possibly to the new movie that's coming out next month. The Dragon Ball, I believe, Heroes or whatever it's called, Superheroes, something like that. When it comes out, I believe June 11th. But yeah, I do stream on Twitch. Twitch, you can be more uncensored on Twitch. You can do more things on Twitch. So it only makes sense. Appreciate whoever liked the video. Make sure to like the video, folks. It gets us higher in the algorithm. For sure. Definitely check it out. Yeah, for sure. I believe the next Boruto chapter comes out in about 2 weeks. Yeah. And I will be reacting to that, most definitely. Hello Kitty rules. Yep, most definitely. You can't go too far on here because you will be punished for it, unfortunately. Let me go ahead and check that out. I believe the next chapter, I believe they come out usually on the 20th of each month. Let me go ahead and check that out. Let me see. It's taking forever. Of course it is. Now that's freezing. Perfect. All right, the next chapter of Boruto. The next chapter comes out. God damn, why is it so hard to find it? Yes. I'm just going to say the 20th. It's taking forever to find it. Boruto. Oh, yeah. April 20th. Yep. Oh, no, wait. That was last month, dumbass. 12 days. So that'll be the 19th, 20th. Yep. 19th or 20th. Sometimes it does come out a little bit early if they finish early. Usually the 19th, 18th to the 20th is usually the range. But yeah, I do want to check out possibly the new Dragon Ball chapter as well. But yeah, it's an exciting time to be an anime fan as well. You know, Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, a lot of up and coming, possibly all-time great animes are in our wake. It's very, very interesting. I'm gonna lower this a little bit. There we go. We're good. What's going on, folks? So you came in. Feel free to ask any questions. We're waiting for the Canelo main event. There's still some time. I decided to join early just to speak to you guys about anything you guys desire. Anime, sports, whatever. You know, anything. Life, the supernatural, whatever. Whatever you guys desire. And for you guys that have been long-time subscribers, I appreciate it. The support. We're now halfway to 5K. I appreciate that. Without you guys, none of this would be possible. And I appreciate it. Just wanted to say that. All right, folks. We're 2 fights away from the main event after this fight, so there's still some time. What's going on, Noah? Appreciate you coming in. All right, folks. This fight's still going on. I know there's a UFC fight as well, but again, I decided to go with the Canelo fight. I haven't seen Canelo fight in quite some time. And again, feel free to ask any questions, folks. Any relevant questions, I should say. All right. Who do I got? Well, from an empirical sense, it would only be rational to go with Canelo. He's fought in higher caliber fighters, world-class fighters, to say the least. Bivol, great champion, but Canelo's on a level that not many fighters will ever taste. You know, he's in rare air, and only the very greatest boxers ever reach that level. And so I believe he'll reign victorious. Bivol would have to show me something that I haven't seen before. He's a great volume fighter. Seems to have a great pace. However, he seems to be sort of one-dimensional at the world-class level. So I think Canelo will adapt to his style and make him pay for it. So I think Canelo gets it. What's going on, shorts? This fight is not the main event, but if you want to know who's winning, it's Gomez versus, I forgot the other guy's name. Give me a second. Gomez versus Giasov, and I haven't really watched this fight, to be honest. I just got here. Seems to be pretty even, though. Seems to be pretty even. That's the one detriment to boxing. There's not a good undercard. UFC has good undercards and good fights prior to the main event. You know, the boxing doesn't. Just to be real, we're all here. We all know why we're here. We're here for the main event. So, how much are you gonna sell me your channel? Not for sale, pal. I apologize. It's a priceless aspect. So, to me, I should say, maybe not in the objective marketplace. By the way, if there's someone in here that wants to be a moderator, let me know, and I'll let you know what for. Okay. If there's anyone that wants to be a moderator, who's gonna stick around. All right, folks. This is the last round of this fight, so that's good. So, folks, feel free to ask any questions you may have, anime, sports, whatever, while we wait for the main event. Because once that starts, I'm going to be commentating on that one. I want to be a moderator. Okay, so basically all you got to do is tell dumbasses to ask if I'm showing the fight that I'm not going to show the fight. And if they keep spamming it, you can kick them. However, if I see you, of course, abusing the power, then I'll take it away. So that's all you got to do. Just let them know I'm not showing the fucking fight. If you're okay with that, I'll make you a moderator. I'm not paying you anything. Nice try, though. All right, folks, this fight's about to end. The main event, I would estimate an hour. AJ, all right. Appreciate it. All you got to do is let them know if they ask a bunch of times to show the fight. I'm not showing it. Clearly, I'm not because I'm not a fucking dumbass that's going to get banned on YouTube. So, yeah. I know that you watch the channel. I could tell AJ, so I'll make you moderator. There you go. Just let them know. That's all you gotta do. Not much. Appreciate it. Appreciate the likes, folks. Appreciate you liking the video. Gets us higher in the algorithm. Hopefully, more folks become aware of us. Next time there is a UFC and boxing fight at the same time, I'm going to make a poll to ask you guys what you guys would rather me live stream, because I had to make a choice myself today. And who knows? Maybe there's more UFC fans now. Boxing is not booming like it used to. I only did this because it's Canelo. I would have done the UFC fight instead. But, next time I'll ask the people. You want me to be your editor? No, I don't need any help, buddy. At all. All right, this fight's over, folks. We're one step closer to the main event. One step closer. Didn't really watch this fight. I just got here, but yeah, this keeps freezing. Better not do that during the main event. That would be very unfortunate. Anyway, talking a little boxing. Let me go ahead and talk about a little boxing here while we wait for the main event. Unless you guys have questions. Boxing. Let's compare it to the UFC. It hasn't been a booming production in quite some time. The most eyeballs are when the bigger names fight. Clearly, however, when it's not really a big name, there's barely any interest compared to the UFC. UFC's main cards, I believe, on average, probably get more eyeballs now. I might be wrong statistically, but it's definitely heading that way. UFC is becoming a worldwide business. It's more organized. It's more centralized. Boxing is a very decentralized sport. There's promoters all competing with each other, which breeds lack of big fights. We never saw Mayweather Pacquiao in their prime. We never saw these big fights that we've always wanted to see because promoters want to one up each other. And the UFC, there's only one promoter, there's only one entity, right? So we get the biggest fights, the biggest names, one belt in each division. Boxing has like 4 belts in each division. It's a very unorganized sport. It's hurting their business. Hopefully promoters get together, put their differences aside and fix it. But money does corrupt. So I mean, this is what we're getting. All right. It is what it is. What's going on, Caramel? Appreciate you coming in. What's going on, Caston? Thanks for coming in. If you guys have any questions about anime, sports, whatever, let me know. Appreciate it. We're still quite a while from the main event for you guys that just came in. So, any questions you may have, I'm here. Floyd or Bruce Lee? Let's be objective here. Bruce Lee's a small man. He's probably somewhere in the range of 5'6", 5'7", right? And he literally never had any professional resume. He never had a professional resume, right? Floyd is the best defensive fighter we've ever seen in the ring. Bruce Lee probably has more variation, more kicks, stuff like that. So probably Floyd, to be honest with you. Well, in the street fight, Bruce Lee could take it. He has more variation again. He used all 8 limbs, right? That's what they call it, Muay Thai at least. So probably Bruce Lee. Probably Bruce Lee. In boxing, though, obviously Floyd kills him. What's your thoughts on Edo Itachi versus White Mask Obito without tailed beasts? Good one. Good one. Let me think about this one. Think about it like this. Look at it like this, all right? It's clear that Kabuto, the one that did the Edo Tensei, respected who he thought was Madara. Right. I'm sure he could gauge what he's capable of. He didn't want to engage with him. Right. So he worked with him because he knew he couldn't take him on one. However, when Kabuto fought Edo Itachi and EMS Sasuke, he simultaneously caught them both in Genjutsu. It took both their efforts to defeat him, and it took Itachi having to use, I believe it was the Izanami to defeat him. So I would argue from that he is most likely inferior to White Mask Obito, who was able to evade KCM2 Naruto, a stronger version of Naruto that was swapping hands with Edo Itachi. So keep that in mind. So through power scaling, you can transitively make the case that it's White Mask Obito, KCM2 Naruto, then Itachi. That's what my scaling would be. Inductively, that would be my power scaling. So I'd most likely go with White Mask Obito, and he never even used his Renegon abilities, right? If anything, he was probably somewhat handicapped having to deal with controlling six-tailed beasts simultaneously, which is not easy to do. They were obviously fighting his control, as we could tell if you read the manga or see the anime. So probably White Mask Obito. I think you got a better chance to be a boxer than a UFC fighter because you got so many promoters and it's hard to get to the. That's correct. You're correct, Shorts. It is harder to make it to the UFC, right? It's hard to get to the UFC. UFC is the MLB of boxing. Excuse me, of mixed martial arts. Right? You start at the bottom, cage warriors, even underground illegal places or places where there's less regulation, like Indian reservations. That's correct. Boxing, to get to the pinnacle, it's very difficult. There's more money in it, right? However, my argument earlier was in its entirety, UFC is doing better. Fighters get underpaid. The fighters are more at a disadvantageous position, right, than the average boxer. So you're right there. It is, you have a better chance to be successful as a boxer for sure. UFC is MMA is a tough sport. There's no money in that shit. People get paid 1-1 starting out. That ain't gonna pay for shit. So I feel boxing, it's Floyd. Yep, Rock Lee on everyone. Rock Lee, legend. All right, folks, we're waiting for the. Oh, there's only one more fight, right? One more fight. Okay. What's your thoughts on Jake taking steroids and being UFC fighters? I don't agree with that. I think that's disrespectful to the sport. That's dangerous to the sport. That's disrespectful to your opponent. Taking steroids in combat sports or sports that involve physical altercation should be banned, and he should be punished. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's not okay. You can kill somebody. That's not okay. Did he? I'm not sure. I did read something about it. Hope it's not true. It's not okay. Any kind of performance enhancing drug, right? Like EPO, steroids, the hardcore anabolic steroids. It's not okay. It's unethical. It's not correct. I'm drinking Gatorade. Can't go wrong with it. But yeah, I hope he didn't do that. I'd be very, very disappointed in Jake. Ali versus Tyson. I actually had a debate about this on my channel. If you want to see it with a friend of mine, I was arguing Tyson. In their primes, Ali was probably more technically sound based off his resume. Tyson is probably more physically gifted, has more power. I would argue probably has more inside speed. Maybe not outside. Inside, his speed is ridiculous. His uppercuts, his hooks, right? It's very fast. If it was prime to prime, that's a tough one to kind of gauge. Because Ali's style is more long range, right? Tyson was dangerous inside, so their styles they're opposites. So if I had to be objective, just from the very resume, I probably have to go with Ali. I probably would have to go in Ali. He just has more of a resume. Tyson lost, unfortunately, and I'll give him credit. He went to prison. He stopped training. That's probably why he lost to Buster Douglas. He stopped training. He went to prison. his mind started to unravel when, you know, when his coach died. Everything started to just fall apart. But I would go with probably Ali. More dedicated, more technically sound, and has a better resume. I wish that would have happened though, for sure. He didn't want to do the steroid test. Maybe they should force him. That's unfortunate. You know, some PEDs are allowed in MLB for recovery. Listen, sports that don't involve physical altercation, I don't give a fuck. MLB, let them take the steroids. I want to see them slam home runs. They're not killing anybody. They're not hurting anyone. And pitchers can throw harder. Fuck it. I don't care about that. MLB, um, well, soccer there is some physical. Yeah, there's a lot of clashing, but even that's not too bad. I don't want to see it in football though. I don't want to see it in fucking obviously combat sports. Basketball, I mean, there is some physical, interaction, but it's not a point of emphasis. It just happens. I guess I wouldn't mind it there. You know, sports that don't require you to be attacking an opponent physically, I'm okay with it. And steroids, go for it, but not in these kind of sports now. You got to go with the boy Ali. Yes, exactly. Who do you think is more entertaining, Seth or Swag? That's a good question, Karma. That's a good question. For me personally, who's more entertaining? On a bounce of probabilities, the average video. It's a tough one, man. I'll say this: Naruto content, probably Swag. More entertaining. That's the key word, entertaining. As far as anything else, probably Seth because he's more invested into it. He knows more about it, right? So probably Seth on everything else, Swag on Naruto. And that's my opinion. It's different for everybody. Mike came out of prison and was even stronger, more dangerous. I mean, physically he was in shape, but his mind was already starting to unravel. Oliveira or Gaethje? I give my take on this in another video, but I'll sum it up here. Oliveira is more well-rounded. He has a chin. He can recover from times of being compromised and being dropped, such as Dustin dropping him, Chandler dropping him, and he can come back and win it, just like he did against those two. However, if he leaves his chin open the way he did against those two, I don't know and there's enough time on the bell. I don't know if he'll survive this time. Um, I'm not gonna say he got lucky against Chandler, but if there was 30 more seconds, Chandler would be champ right now, or it would have been Gaethje by now because he beat Chandler. But he's gonna have to be more airtight with his defense because Gaethje will take it if he's not. If he's better than he was before, defense wise, he's better all around. You just got to fix that hole. He beats Gaethje, I think. He most likely beats Gaethje. That would be my prediction on that. It's going to be a good fight, though. I wouldn't be surprised if either one of them winning, to be honest. Gaethje is just inherently tenacious. It's a curse and a gift, right? Being so tenacious, you're always a danger. However, you're more in danger than someone who's more defensively sound. Someone like John Jones, who never gets clipped really, or never gets cut really, unless he's fighting a legend. When you're tenacious as Gaethje is, you have a higher possibility of getting clipped, like he did against Dustin, like he did against Eddie Alvarez. It's very, very dangerous. So it's a gift and a curse. It's a double-edged sword. It's going to be an interesting fight because you have opposite styles. It's going to be very interesting. So it's a good one though. You guys have any other questions? Let me know. There's still some time. Boxing is an interesting place. We have Canelo, up and coming fighters such as Gervonta, Devin Haney fighting George Kambosos. That's going to be fucking crazy. I can't wait to see that. I might have to stream that one. It's a kind of exciting time. We got Shakur Stevenson, very promising. He reminds me a lot of Pernell Whitaker a little bit. He's a little bit of his style. Six Paths to Pain versus a hypothetical prime, not sick Itachi. Okay, that's a good one. Six Paths to Pain versus an hypothetical prime, not sick Itachi. All right. It depends where. I think that also matters. If they're fighting in the Leaf Village and it's Nagato at full power against Prime Itachi, the only question we can't really answer, we'd have to make more of a deductive argument, is what's Itachi's stamina levels like? What's his endurance like? Right? Well, we can't never answer that question. So we've seen him sick, and then we've seen him as an Edo, where stamina is not a factor; it's infinite. So people like to compare Six Paths of Pain versus Nagato. I think they're relative, and I'd make the argument that because he's distributing his chakra into 6 different bodies, I don't know if this is correct, this is headcanon, that each respective ability is probably weaker than if it was inside of him. So I would argue the numbers would be a problem for Itachi, but he would have no issue taking out the weaker ones. The animal path, right? The weaker path wouldn't be an issue. Um, the Tendo path, probably the Asura path would be kind of a problem, but he has the Susanoo. Um, his speed, we've already seen what he can do with his speed, as evident by the Edo versus Edo encounter to some extent. So I would say he probably have a superior speed. And another contentious thing that can be argued on both sides is whether or not his Tsukuyomi would have an effect on the 6 Paths of Pain. You can make the argument, well, Itachi Nagato isn't there, but then the counter to that will be where, well, he sees through them, right? So if anything, wouldn't the chakra chain or whatever you want to call it, wouldn't that be the thing that would cause him to be caught in it? It's a very contentious debate, but to sum it up, probably Itachi. I think he's superior slightly. It's very contentious though. I'd have to look at every avenue for that one, but I'll probably go with Itachi. Do you vape? No, absolutely not. That shit is fucking poison. Who's hotter, Mei or Tsunade? Mei has like this seductive MILF kind of energy, right? She does. And it's appealing. Tsunade, Tsunade or Mei, depends on your preference. I kind of like Tsunade a little more, personally. She's probably a little sexier. Who do you think would be stronger if Naruto and Sasuke switched paths at the end of Naruto? If they switched paths, so Naruto was a Shadow Hokage, probably still Naruto. Probably still Naruto. Because he had that Baryon mode under his tool belt. Kurama knew about it. Who knows how long he knew about it. But he has that. Sasuke, I don't think, had anything like that. Definitely doesn't now. Where are you from? Let's just say from one of the states. One of the states. West of the United States. One of those states. Kind of headcanon, but it's cool. Yeah, I mean, if I had a more scripted and well thought out and placed assessment, I could probably give a more thorough answer. That's the best I got right now. It's a tough one, though. It's a tough one. Shout out to all you guys that came in. Make sure to hit the like button, folks. It gets us higher in the algorithm. Any questions you may have, feel free to ask. And of course, any donations you may decide to give are greatly appreciated. They'll all be invested back into the channel. I appreciate any donations you give. You don't have to, but I'd be very, very grateful. Thank you. All right, folks. I think this is the last fight. I think I was previously mistaken. I think this is the last fight before the main event, which is good for us. Kisame versus Tendo. Kisame versus Tendo. Well, Tendo has the Almighty Push, the Almighty Pull, whatever the technical name for it is. I'm just calling it that. He has Chibaku Tensei. I don't know what Kisame would do if he gets caught in Chibaku Tensei. Tendo can go toe-to-toe with Sage Mode Naruto, and that's highly fatigued after using a powerful Shinra Tensei, chaotic Shinra Tensei. There's a technical term. And battling people for an extended period of time. I'd probably go with Tendo. Tendo, yeah. Tendo probably slaps. I agree. Your favorite Naruto character? Probably Itachi. Itachi's very complex, very human. He's a very human individual who made human choices. That video I reacted to is Itachi Stupid by NC Hammer. Shout out to him. No hate towards him, but I'm just going to say this. NC Hammer had these faulty axioms when making that video. Just go watch if you want to see my in-depth take. But basically, he had this axiom that Itachi had to be like us in the Western modern world. He had to have the same philosophical takes on the world. That's false. That's not a correct axiom to have because he lived in a war-torn shithole where his kind was segregated from the very village they're from, and all he saw throughout his life was death and futility. That's all he saw his whole life, right? So to assume, well, Itachi should have looked at it the way we would look at it. We didn't. We're not in that environment, right? And he made some great choices, by the way. He made the best choices he could. Did he make was every choice correct? No, it wasn't. But he made the best choices, and honestly, most of them were very intelligent. That's all I'll say. Let me make sure the stream is looking good, folks. Sorry about that. You play the games? If you mean video games, then yes, I do. If that's what you mean. Ninja Storm 4. Yeah, definitely. I definitely do. If I lag, folks, let me know. I don't know why my internet is being a shithole right now, so let me know. Do you think Ino would have been a better wife for Sasuke than Sakura? Would she be a better wife? Well, you gotta ask yourself the question. Who has the better character, right? Sakura, I would say, is more devoted to her husband compared to Ino, from what we know, deductively. Um, However, who would be the better wife? Probably Sakura, because the way I look at it, this is my opinion. When men and women marry, there should be somewhat opposites as far as their tendencies, as far as their behavior patterns, to some extent, and they have very opposite behaviors. So they balance each other out. They help each other. They help each other in areas they don't do very well in. Right. That's the way I look at it. But that's an opinion. I mean, would have gave Sarada that weak ass mind transfer jutsu. Facts. And she wouldn't have the strength that Sakura has either. So. All right, folks, we're waiting for this fight to commence, and then the main event will come. So, appreciate all the questions. That's why I come early for you guys to ask questions. I appreciate it. Hopefully, more folks join as the main event gets closer and closer. All right. Shout out to all you guys that joined the Discord. It's a cool place. It's a cool place. Debates take place. Sometimes I do server-wide events. It's a cool place. Favorite Gatorade? This one's not bad. Either this one or whatever the red one is. I'm not sure what the flavor is called, but one of those. Green one is kind of nasty, though. The green one is nasty. Thank you, AJ. All right, folks, we're just waiting for this. Montana Love. Familiar with him. I know he's a talent. Most athletic sport. Well, the sport I believe that requires the most athletic ability, probably football. Think about it. It requires explosiveness, speed, size. It requires intelligence, especially if you're playing like quarterback. So football is probably the most athletically tough sport to play. You got to have a ton of athletic gifts. The more, the better, right? Because combat sports, you don't need to be the most athletically gifted. Like, think about this. What would John Jones' 40 time be? Would it be a 4.3? I don't think so. 4.5? I don't think so. I don't think he's exceedingly fast or especially fast. Strength. Do you think someone like GSP needs to deadlift 600 pounds? No, it's not a necessity. In fact, a lot of fighters don't even weightlift like that. A lot of guys just do body weight and spar. Even some of the best fighters do that. So probably football. Football, you're required. You have to have athletic ability. You're not going to succeed in that sport if you don't. You need speed. You need great hand-eye coordination. You need explosiveness. You need a quick mind in that sport. Probably football. NFL is extremely competitive. Basketball's up there too. You need a lot of those attributes. Wrestling, you need some explosiveness, yeah. You can be fat and play football though. You'd be surprised how many 300 plus pound men run 4.9s, 4.8s. It's becoming more and more common in the NFL combine. NFL linemen running 4.8s, 4.9s. And obviously they bench 225, 25 plus times. Easy. You know, the standards are slowly rising, which is ridiculous. It just shows the level of athlete. It's ridiculous. It really is. All right, folks. This is the last fight before the main event. Let me know. Let me let the Discord know that we are talking anime because we are. Might as well. Maybe more people will join. Let me let them know. Any questions? Any questions you may have, let me know, folks. All right, let me let these people know. All right. This is the last fight. Should I tell you folks that joined? All right, folks, this is the last fight. We're almost there. Almost there. Any questions you may have, let me know. Anime, combat sports, life, dating. See, I don't know about dating. I'll try, but I'm not no dating connoisseur. Kakashi versus Itachi. No powers, just hands. Kakashi's best feats taijutsu wise. Well, if you want to be tough, man. If I want to be very pedantic here, Itachi swapped hands with Koji Kashin from Boruto. Can Itachi do that? Oh, I'll give a real answer. Let's pretend that didn't happen because that's some bullshit power scaling. Itachi's best taijutsu feats was, he did well against Kakazu. He out taijutsu'd Hidan. And then in the pain arc, he did all right against Tendo. Tendo wasn't really trying. I'll just say that. So I'm going to say Itachi. Itachi has better taijutsu. Yeah, probably faster. Probably faster than Kakashi. Yeah. So Itachi probably wins. He has superior taijutsu, I'd argue. Unless you want to use Boruto scaling, then shit, Kakashi. Kakashi was stated to be, in the novels, he was stated to be significantly stronger than he was in the war arc. Imagine that, how strong he is. He's fucking a monster. So probably Kakashi. But if we're excluding all that Boruto stuff, then yeah. Kakashi in the war is relative. Obito wasn't really trying. He was already mentally nerfed just from the fact he's seeing Kakashi once again. He's been unmasked. He was trying to let Kakashi hit him in the heart. So, nah, I don't think so. Drunk Rock Lee versus Hungry Choji. Drunk Rock Lee. Choji just has no feats. I mean, you can revere the whole 100 times multiplier thing with the pills when he beat Jirobo back in OG Naruto, but it's up to you. 100 times multiplier. That's insane. Some Dragon Ball Z stuff right there. I wish people like Rock Lee got more credit, Neji before his death, stuff like that. All right, folks, we're still waiting. It's frozen like 20,000 times, man. All right. Hungry Choji Loki out reversal. Facts. He is out of this world. All right, folks. Probably have about, I would say, 40 minutes before I focus on this main event. So, any questions you may have? 4 Hog Riders versus 1 P.E.K.K.A. I don't think I'm familiar with a P.E.K.K.A. Let me look one up. I've never heard of that. 1 P.E.K.K.A. Oh, Clash of Clans. Oh, I remember that game when I was a kid. I'm assuming Hog Riders is also Clash of Clans. Let me see. Judging from the pictures, I'm not sure what they're capable of. 4 Hog Riders. A P.E.K.K.A. Okay. It says you got to upgrade to level 10. And for a Hog Rider, it's unlocked at level 2. So 2 times 4 is 8. 10 is greater than 8, hence the P.E.K.K.A. That's my power scaling. I don't know, though. I'm just making shit up, but just made up some argument. Yeah. It's a Supercell game. Clash Royale. I think I played that when I was like high school, middle school. I remember that. Oh, shit. Another knockdown, huh? Nice. Favorite NFL team? That's a good question. Currently, it was the Rams until Odell is still a free agent. So, not the Rams anymore. Odell's my favorite player, so that's why it was my favorite team. Right now, though, probably thinking of all the teams. Maybe Green Bay. I'm a big Aaron Rodgers fan. Either Green Bay or wherever Odell ends up. It was the Broncos for a long time. Peyton Manning retired, unfortunately. It was time. He was starting to fall apart physically. So, unfortunately, though, Tom Brady's still playing. Very unfortunate. I really thought he was gone for this time. I thought he was gone for good. Didn't happen. So, too bad. Probably Green Bay for now until Odell goes somewhere. Unless he goes to the Bucs, I'm not going to be a fan. I'm not going to be a fan of Tom Brady. Fuck Tom Brady. He's the best quarterback of all time, though. I'm not going to take that away, but he just fucked up so much shit for Manning, He's fucked up shit for a lot of people. He keeps on winning, to be honest. Do you play Titanfall? I do not. I've heard of the game, though. I don't really game these days. I want to try out Elden Ring. Maybe I'll stream that on Twitch. I know Elden Ring seems very addictive. I know people revere the boss fights. That the boss fights are some of the best made boss fights in gaming history. I need to taste it myself. Get a taste of it myself. So maybe I'll start streaming Elden Ring soon. But Elden Ring's made a big boom in just culture. You know, Elden Ring's one of the most impactful games I've seen in a long time. Long time. All right, folks. Just still waiting for this to end. Appreciate all the questions. Keeps it rolling. You know, keeps this rolling. That's why I'm here early. Appreciate it. You know what I don't understand is we pay for these pay-per-views and they still give you fucking ads. Great business plan. Great business plan to zone. Nice. But anyways, yeah, Elden Ring's quite the game. Quite the game. Rapid rehydration, all right. Hopefully more folks join as the main event approaches. Still some time for questions, folks, if you have any. Any thoughts on Prime Hiruzen? Where might you place him amongst the other Hokage? Prime Hiruzen. You know, everyone talks about the one statement. He was the strongest Hokage ever in his prime, right? And that's a statement. So you could say, well, he's the strongest. But then you'd have to ask yourself a question. Do you think in good faith that he was stronger than Hashirama at one point? Do you think that was the case? I don't know. The closest we saw him to his prime, I would argue, was when Ninetales attacked, right, with Obito. He was already defaulting to Minato. He was waiting for Minato to come and save the day, right? He's like, where's Minato? He literally states it, implying that Minato was already superior to him. And that was a younger Hiruzen. Some people will say, oh, he was already a little older, though. Okay, fine. But you can't say he wasn't close to his prime. Minato was already being depended on to that much of an extent. If someone that's stronger than Hashirama exists, why wouldn't it depend on Minato? Right? I just think he was never as strong as Hashirama. I don't even think he was as strong as Minato in his prime. Maybe Tobirama. Maybe Tobirama. I think he's either right above Tobirama or right below him. That's where I think he's at. Naruto, Hashirama, Minato, then either Tobirama or Hiruzen. You probably have an argument for either one. And then after that would be what? Kakashi, Tsunade. I mean, if we're using Boruto scaling, Kakashi would be higher, but I'm not going to go there. It's too much bullshit. But yeah, so I would place him around there. Hiruzen is an interesting one, though. It's always interesting to talk about him. You could see his feats in the war arc as well. Tobirama probably had better feats. You know, he accomplished more against Jubito, right? Hiruzen didn't really do that. Just deductively, you could assume Tobirama's probably slightly superior. Maybe I wouldn't blame you if you believe Hiruzen's above him. Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, it's contentious. Definitely contentious. I'd have him around there somewhere. You could swap the two, depending on your arguments, your views. It's contentious. He's definitely not above Hashirama. I just don't agree with that one. But do you think Hiruzen in his prime could, in theory, do every jutsu known in the Leaf? I know it's stated that he knew every jutsu within the Leaf. Every jutsu. You can make a semantical argument and say, well, maybe he didn't have every Kekkei Genkai. Maybe he knew of it, but didn't exactly know how to do it. It seems like Kekkei Genkai is a genetic thing unless you transplant eyes into you or something like that. There's some sort of transplant process that takes place. So I'd argue maybe he knows of all of them. This is a semantical argument, though, right? I'm interpreting a statement in a different way. You could say, well, he knows them. But that doesn't necessarily mean he can do them, right? That's a semantical argument. Again, it's not 100% confirmed nor denied. But that would be my argument. Because if you really did know all of them, then you'd be fucking using Amaterasu, fucking spamming Tsukuyomi, like Byakugan. Damn, you know? So yeah, I think semantical. I would use a semantical argument to counter that. And just from deduction, you don't see him ever use that. So again, it's contentious, but yeah. Sorry to you guys that just came in. Feel free to ask questions, folks, about anything. There's still some time till the main event commences. Canelo's in his locker room right now, waiting. There's one more fight left, and he will come out. But until then, ask any questions you may have, because this is going to get heated when this fight starts. What I'm thinking of doing in the future is having streams similar to like Six and Seth. Sometimes they go live randomly, but I kind of need people to join me. I have some friends. Maybe I'll do that in the future, just for fun. Go live, talk about whatever. Possibly. I'll probably unlist those videos. It won't be like on the channel. It'll be unlisted. So that's what Six and Seth does when they go live. So it's a good idea. And Twitch too. All right, folks. How far are we in this fight? I can't even see the screen. All right, they're about a quarter of the way done. Appreciate the questions, folks. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys that came in, and they're still here as well. Any questions you have, folks, feel free. It's a good night to be a combat sports fan. I'll say that. It's a good night. And I'll ask you folks next time if there's a fight again at the same time, UFC and boxing at the same time. I'll ask you guys, what do you guys want to watch, want me to react to instead, right? So I'll do that next time ahead of time. So maybe you guys wanted the UFC fight instead. Who knows? I'll ask next time. All right, folks. Thoughts on Kabuto's resolve in Boruto? On his resolve. From what I do remember of Kabuto, I know he's, helping kids now, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's what he's up to now. The way I look at it, he's probably trying to atone for his sins, the sins that he made. He's in a similar spot that Obito was in, right? When Obito was near his death. He wanted to atone for his sins, right? He wanted to do some good in the world, right? Yeah, he wanted to be like his foster mother. He wanted to do good for the world. Itachi, was the catalyst to that, right? He forced him to look at himself in the mirror and accept himself, right? This whole idea of the Izanami is accepting yourself for what you really are and accepting that, right? That he's not this person he's trying to be. He's not Orochimaru's reincarnate. He's Kabuto. So after that moment, he came to a realization that he doesn't have to be Orochimaru's right-hand man. He doesn't have to be this puppet to someone's very life. So he changed. He wanted to atone for his sins. Now he's trying to undo all the damage he did. Right? He saved Sasuke's life in the war arc. Now he's helping children in the shinobi world, like his mother did, unironically. And she's probably a good influence for him as to what he wants to be now, what identity he wants. Identity is a big theme in Naruto. Right? Like Kabuto asked himself, what's my identity? Rock Lee, after he got hurt, well, who am I? Who am I now? right? A lot of people that have these conflicts. Naruto, what am I going to be? Right? That's a big theme in Naruto and Boruto. Um, but yeah, he's atoning for his sins now. That's where he's at. He's probably living with that. He's probably going to live for that for the rest of his life, like Obito did before his death. So it's interesting. It's a guy atoning for his sins. But Boruto, Kimimaro versus Haku. Haku versus Kimimaro. Interesting. Well, I know people like to use Kimimaro as an Edo. I've been thinking about this one. I'm gonna think about them alive, all right? I'm not gonna get into the whole Edo thing. Kimimaro was, I would say, not going all out against drunk Rock Lee. He was able to best enrage Naruto. Healthy Kimimaro versus Bloodlusted Haku. Bloodlusted Haku. That's an interesting question because Bloodlusted Haku. Did we even really get to see that? Because even against Naruto and Sasuke, his resolve was already in doubt because he had some kind of attachment to Naruto, seeing the kind of ambition that he had to become what he wanted to become, and it kind of like instilled doubt. I would say that wasn't even bloodlusted Haku. Who knows what he was capable of? Kimimaro, on the other hand, was on his deathbed. Right, so they both had handicaps. Kimimaro was dying. Haku had doubt in his mind. If they're both in their prime with no doubts, no physical or mental inhibitions, Haku's abilities would be a problem for Kimimaro. But then you'd have to take into account things like speed, like how fast. I know how there's a whole light speed argument for Haku. I don't know if that's legitimate or not. But going off the eyeball test, I would say who would win that one? Probably Kimimaro, just for the sole fact, well, he was going to become the next body for Orochimaru. To become that, you got to be pretty formidable. Um, I would use that and the fact that Naruto's older, probably more deadly, things like that. So I'd probably go with Kimimaro. It's contentious, though. I'd have to get more deeply involved in the analysis. But from my answer right now would probably be Kimimaro. Who knows what bloodlusted Haku is capable of, though? Clearly very formidable. So, yeah, that's a good one, though. It's an interesting one. See, in power scaling, there's a lot of things you have to take into account. Right? A lot of people like to just look at the surface level and just go from there. That's fine, but the deeper you get into the analysis, the more you realize there are factors that matter. Right? When it's a contentious one, obviously, if it's a easy one like who would win, Madara or Itachi, that's clearly Madara. But the tough ones, Itachi versus Pain, Kimimaro versus Haku, some things like that. It's tough. The adult soccer versus Madara debates. Yeah. Yeah. So I know that's a big one. Swakage really stirred the Naruto fandom melting pot when he brought up adult Sakura versus EMS Madara. Like, he's a smart man. It's a hell of a fucking debate because the lore that surrounds Madara is almost second to none, right? And then in not just Naruto, but in any anime, the lore surrounding him is immense. The respect for him and the admiration for him is immense. Sakura is looked at as a simp, someone you don't really like, even now. So when you make this objective stance claim and say, well, Sakura would beat Madara, people lose their shit. It's an appeal to emotion, though. Right? It's an appeal to emotion, but you gotta look at all the factors. Sakura is stated to be equal to Naruto and Sasuke. I would say she's probably relative. Clearly superior to Tsunade. Was able to tag Kaguya after getting stabbed by Jubidara. Healed from that, was able to tag Kaguya, was able to dodge attacks from Kaguya. So, what else could you say? EMS Madara has nothing to contend with that. He lost to Hashirama, who's severely weaker than Jubito, who's severely weaker than Jubidara, who's severely weaker than Kaguya, who Sakura hit. There's nothing else I can say. I hate to say it too. I wish that wasn't the case. But Sakura beats EMS Madara. It is what it is, Clearly. Put the pieces together, put your emotions aside. It is what it is. EMS model, right? So that's how power scaling works, unfortunately. It has to be logical. It cannot be subjective. So sometimes our axioms are incorrect. Our presuppositions are incorrect. So that's a tip when you want to debate in power scale. Don't let your immediate axiom dictate your argument. Look at it objectively. Put the emotions to the side. A lot of people have trouble with that. They follow their emotions dogmatically, religiously. That's not a good way to operate. So, not an objective reality, at least. So, yeah, power scaling is tough. Lusted Haku AP probably ridiculous. Yep, that's correct. But by the way, I'll have more time on my hands soon, so I'll probably be doing even more content than I do now. I know I post quite a bit. I'm gonna be doing more content and more big projects as time goes on. So, to let you guys know, more original content, more stuff in the works. You know, show my motivation for you folks, my ambition, bring you guys the best content. All right, folks, we're getting close. Any final questions? Well, not final. Still quite some time. There's let me see. I think we're halfway through that fight, so it's still some time. Still some time. Appreciate all the questions, though, folks. Canelo is preparing, folks. He is preparing. Got the gloves on, feeling the gloves out, making sure they feel good, getting things in order. He's ready. Wow. Interesting. He looks loose. He looks ready, folks. Still taking more questions, though, if you guys are wondering. Feel free to ask. But I want to say combat sports, it's an interesting world, folks. If you're an anime fan and you're wondering about it, it's an interesting world. It's very similar to anime. Fighters, right? You make claims for fighters based on their performances, similar to feats in anime. And from those performances, you can gauge a fighter's ability and their level compared to other fighters. So, combat sports is a great world for anime fans. I'll say that. It's very similar. There's a lot of congruent aspects. That's all I got to say. So, I recommend it. Turn on, folks. I just joined. Feel free to ask any questions. The main event has not commenced yet. It's almost here. I would say about 30 minutes to 45 minutes. If I had to make an estimation. Make sure to like the video. Gets us up in the algorithm. Really appreciated. Thank you very much. Again, any questions, I'll answer. Once the main event begins, I'll try to give my best commentary possible. So, Orochimaru did say he wished for Kimimaro as a vessel. Correct. He did. He was next in line. And it was going to happen if Kimimaro would have lived longer through that encounter, and if Sasuke never made it, probably would have happened. So, yeah. And keep this in mind. Jugo looked at Kimimaro as a superior. He was Jugo's tamer. Right? He was tamed by Kimimaro. And clearly Jugo was pretty powerful. That says a lot. So, Kimimaro was quite a high level. So, Yeah, Sasuke. Yeah. Yeah, Orochimaru just had a hunger for power. Had a hunger for power, hunger for improvement, hunger for knowledge. It's not a bad desire. It's just the means that he took to try to achieve those goals were unethical, clearly unethical. So, hence why he was an antagonist for a long time. You know, wanted dojutsu so bad. Exactly. He had a desperate need for power and wanted those Sharingan. He wanted those Sharingan, that's for sure. Really badly. Very, very badly. He was a good villain at the beginning, though. Very, very intimidating, very polarizing, dangerous, mysterious. He's one of the best antagonists back in the day. All right, folks, we're just waiting for this very fight to end, and we shall commence. What's going on, Hunter? Appreciate the kind words. Is there any anime that you are watching currently? And I love your content. Watching currently, I'm trying to go through Bleach right now. I'm not gonna lie, folks. This is my personal opinion. It's quite the chore now. I know it gets better later on in a certain arc. I understand that when Aizen appears and all that. It's quite the chore right now. I'm about 30 episodes in. It's a chore. It gets quite dull. Maybe it's my personal taste. It's all subjective. I'm not saying Bleach sucks. It doesn't suck. It's just dull. It's kind of a chore. But I want to watch it all in its entirety to be able to compare someone like Ichigo to Naruto. I know it's always a comparison. That's why Seth is making a goddamn animation over it. That's how fucking contentious it is. So, yeah. He held his mystery and power as a villain for so long. Correct? He did. He was a very good villain. Probably would have gone Renegon if he got Sasuke's body. Good point, because maybe he could have awakened it. That's right. He just wanted to keep pushing the envelope, to keep pushing the limits. He was very ambitious, which a villain should be. You should be ambitious. You should not have doubts. Obito had doubts when Naruto appeared, who was what he would have became if his resolve never wavered, right? Orochimaru didn't have any doubts. So, arguably, some people say kind of cared about Hiruzen a little bit. I disagree. I think he would have killed him if he had the chance. I think Hiruzen had some doubt, if anything. Still cared about his people a little bit. Yeah. Early on, later on, Orochimaru seemed changed a little bit. It's like his very philosophy began to contort into something new, right? After he failed to take Sasuke's body, it's like something different happened. Some people would say, "Well, it's because Sasuke's way stronger now. He doesn't want to fuck with him." Well, possibly, but I think his very resolve changed as well. So it's interesting, though. By the way, folks, I was gonna have a friend of mine come to join us, but couldn't make it. He's watching the fight at a sports bar. That's fine. I don't blame him. But I am dedicated to the game, so I'm here. As soon as he left the Leaf, though, didn't give a fuck about Hiruzen. Exactly. He didn't give a damn. So that kind of supports the theory. He didn't have any doubt. Hiruzen did. So I agree. Speaking of anime, Dragon Ball with Bardock, man. Bardock is just a great character. He is a Giga Chad, like Seth likes to put it. It's a good way of putting it. He's a Chad. And his fight against Gaz, right? Gaz or Gaz, however you pronounce it, shows his character. It shows his tenaciousness. It shows his inner his inner Saiyan ferociousness, and it's very interesting. Bardock is a very compelling character, in my opinion. I'm glad he's back. Hope that continues. Hope him and his son interact. And Seth had a good theory. He said possibly Bardock, having this natural tendency to be ferocious, is going to try to teach Goku that, and that's how he might master Ultra Instinct, to where he can effortlessly use it. Right? The whole idea of just embracing your instincts, embracing your tenaciousness, not being as chivalrous. Because Goku's very chivalrous. He likes to play around a lot. He likes to kind of test the waters a little with his opponents. And we don't see him get tenacious very often. He did it against Frieza, and he did it against Jiren. You don't see that level of tenacity and intensity very often. He needs to embrace that to become something else. To become the epitome of a Saiyan. That's what he needs to do. Of a god now. He's a god, essentially. So if you were to start rewatching DB from day one, where would you start? Honestly, I don't think Dragon Ball when he was a kid is that good. It goes up to like Budokai 23 or some shit. I don't think it was that good. It doesn't have anything that important. I would look at the cliff notes of that, and I would start from Dragon Ball Z, right where Raditz comes to Earth. I'd probably start around there. That's where things start to become interesting. Dragon Ball is not bad, right? When he's a kid and him against King Piccolo and all that shit. The Red Ribbon Army, like, it's cool and all, but it's just not that intriguing to me. I would just look at the cliff notes and then go to Dragon Ball Z. You see all the arcs that take place: the Saiyan arc, the Cell arc, the Android arc, the Buu arc, legendary arcs, legendary moments. Not just aesthetically, but thematically. I think the thematics and the narrative told is greatly overlooked. People look at this, and I get it. If you're casual, you fuck with the whole yelling, the whole powering up, the aesthetics. It's very pleasing aesthetically. I get it, but when you're a devoted anime fan, you see the thematics, the narrative. That's why I like Seth so much. He really gets into it, and he sees the things that I see. You see the themes told, right? The themes that are being told behind the scenes that are more subtle. It's a beautiful story, to be honest. So yeah, I would start from Dragon Ball Z. So Goku, Vegeta, great characters. Great characters. Gohan, it's great stuff. How strong do you think Orochimaru would be if he got a Snake Sage mode amp? Well, think about it like this. This is my argument. This is what my argument would be. He is the original person with that Sage power, right? He never was able to master it. Kabuto did with his DNA. He was like implanting his very DNA into himself. So I would say Orochimaru would probably be stronger. He would probably be stronger than Kabuto. You can even make an argument. Shit, he might be stronger than Itachi. He could possibly be stronger. If Sage Kabuto gave EMS Sasuke and Edo Itachi such trouble, what would Sage Mode Orochimaru do? Right? He's the original host of that DNA, or whatever you want to call it. That's my argument. It's a little headcanony, but that's my argument. I think he'd be stronger than Sage Mode Kabuto, honestly. You can counter that and say, well, Kabuto learned a lot of things besides that. He had a lot of things in him, which is a fair argument, but he'd be up there. He'd be very powerful. He'd be a fucking threat. A threat. Probably easily the strongest of the Sannin. So, easily. I think he already is the strongest of the Sannin, arguably. But with the Sage Mode amp, he absolutely is the strongest. All right, folks, we're getting close to the main event. Hit the like button. Ask any questions. We're not there yet. I appreciate all the questions, folks. It's good stuff. Anime, combat sports, whatever. Feel free to ask. And, of course, hit the sub button if you're new. We got a lot of anime content and combat sports content on the channel. So feel free. Feel free. Just waiting. But yeah, Dragon Ball, its narrative is very underrated. Or very overlooked. I wouldn't say underrated, just overlooked. It's very well done. It's probably due to it being more subtle, right? The themes, the undertones are more subtle compared to Naruto, where there's more emotion, there's more moments to where we can become emotionally invested. They're more apparent. Dragon Ball, it's more subtle. So yeah, due to the aesthetics, due to the explosions, due to the whole battle, right? It's more subtle because of that. So. All right, folks. How far are we away? Let me check again. All right, 2 more rounds. We're done. 2 more rounds of this fight. It's been a good stream, folks. I appreciate it. It's been a good stream. Great questions. Hoping to bring collab videos with people. Make videos kind of like Swag and Seth and all that make it. Just people, bring people on, have a discourse. I know you guys enjoy that. You guys watch Seth. You guys watch Swag. It's usually me on my own, but I want to try to implement that into my own channel. Try to incorporate that and bring you guys some new stuff, discussions. I know you guys appreciate that. So I have my podcast, but I want to bring more organized videos as well about certain topics you guys are interested in. And bring people on that I know are devout anime fans, that have the knowledge, and definitely want to try to plan that out. So that is coming. It will be coming soon. I don't know exactly when. I don't have an exact time frame, but in the foreseeable future, it shall be here. So. Any more PS vids? PS, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Whatever you want to do, I'm sure we will all enjoy. Appreciate it, Hunter. Appreciate that. I always try to bring the best content, of course. Power scaling, of course, always. That'll always be there. Definitely. And as my knowledge expands, as my arsenal grows, I'll probably go to different animes and do power scaling. Dragon Ball, Bleach. Bleach is gonna take a while. I gotta finish it. I do really, really appreciate Death Note. I really appreciate the story, the many intricate themes ingrained in it. Maybe I'll bring a video on Death Note just to try it out, experiment with it, see how it does. I really enjoy Death Note. It's one of the goated animes. So yeah, power scaling definitely coming. Not, of course, Naruto stuff. Definitely. I have a big project coming up in the next few weeks. Hopefully it's up. It is power scaling based. It's Naruto. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. What time's the fight? Very soon, Carlin. Probably in the next 20 to 30 minutes. It's very, very close. Almost there, folks. Almost there. Almost there, folks. For you guys that came in, about 20 minutes left in the main event will commence. Feel free to ask questions. Feel free to initiate the conversation as we wait. We're almost there. And of course, hit the like button. And hit the sub button if you're new. All right, folks, we're getting very close here. Very close. Another thing I wanted to touch up on here as we wait, since there's no questions right now, is people that get mad when others react to their stuff. Like I encourage it. You can, record my stuff, post it yourself, react to it. Of course, just let them know who you're reacting to, whose content it is. But besides that, I have no issue with it. I know some people get very greedy about that. I don't think there's any issue with that. I'm glad that Seth and Swag don't mind it. I mean, I react to their stuff all the time, so it's very gracious of them. And I'm the same way. It doesn't matter to me. I encourage it. So it's a flattering gesture when you react to someone's stuff. It implies that you enjoy their content. So you have my blessing, folks. If any of you are wondering, record it, post it, whatever you want, monetize it, whatever. All right, folks, we're approaching here. Approaching the end point of this fight. Any questions you may have, let me know. I'm going to check on the UFC card because I know that's going on as well while you guys ask questions. Let me update you guys on the UFC cards if you guys are wondering here. Okay, the first fight ended. Okay. Mauricio Rua versus Ove St. Preux. Okay. Tony Ferguson's fighting tonight. Nice. Of course, the Queen Rose is fighting, and so is Charles Oliveira. Okay. All right, folks, this fight's about to end. Stay with us. The main event's almost here. For the few people in here, if you guys are, do you have a favorite fighter in UFC boxing? Boxing, currently, Canelo Alvarez, most likely is my favorite fighter in the current boxing world. All time, Floyd Mayweather. UFC, John Jones, all time, or now. He's going to be back September, most likely. So, UFC, John Jones. Boxing, Canelo, currently, all time, Floyd Mayweather. So, yeah, that's my answer to that. Good question, though. There's a lot of fighters out there, legends. But if you guys have any video recommendations about any future videos, let me know, folks. For the people that are subscribed and know my content, I'm always interested to hear your guys' thoughts and recommendations. You guys give great recommendations, actually. So, Limbo clones versus double EMS Conway. What's more OP? Limbo clones or double EMS Conway? Okay. Here's the question, though. Who's using the Limbo clones? If we're assuming it's the same person with Limbo, right? Let's say they have Limbo and they have double EMS Conway. Then Limbo clones are basically right. They're shadow clones that you can't see unless you have the proper dojutsu, right? Double EMS Conway gives you the ability to do things that DMS Kakashi could do. So I'll go with Limbo clones. Here's why. Right. If you have an already powerful ability, you can increase the number of usage, right? If you have double EMS Conway, you can, and you have Limbo clone, you can use Limbo clones and in theory use invisible double EMS Conway. So you're even more deadly than if you just simply had double EMS Conway. Double EMS Conway doesn't give you the ability to multiply that variability. So probably Limbo clones. And the fact that it's intangible to almost anyone. Probably Limbo clones. If it's the same person, I would say it's more OP. There's more possibilities. Yeah. For the upper tier people, right? Yeah. It's a good question, though. It's a good question. I guess we don't really see Limbo clones now very often, but it's an interesting ability. What up, folks? We're almost there. Almost there. What time is the fight? Probably about 20 minutes, Lawrence. We're almost there. I believe this is the final round. Let me see. Yep, it's the final round. Final round. Close to it. They're all booing these individuals. Here's the thing about combat sports that I don't like. But I get it. There's casuals out there. Double EMS is bullying. Thanks. Well, let's ask this question. Who would win in a fight? Someone with limbo? Or someone with double EMS calmly? The guy with the double EMS calmly wouldn't be able to see the guy with the limbo clones, would he? Though he wouldn't be able to see the limbo clones, in theory. Hence, the guy with the limbo clones would be able to blitz him because he can't see, and that would be very problematic. Eventually, he would be tagged unless the guy with double EMS calmly is immensely faster. Then maybe, but still, he can't see it. So speed would even be an issue to some extent. So, however, if the double EMS calmly guy has the eyes to be able to see, then that's different. If we look at it like Madara versus Kakashi and Warark, though, I mean, Kakashi end of Warark with DMS was blitzing Kage. Madara was never on that level. So, yeah, Kakashi would win. But that's people with different levels of ability, though. Yeah. If it's two people with equal ability, but they have those two different abilities, the guy with the limbo is probably going to win. All right, folks. Almost there. Yeah. What was I going to say? In combat sports, it shows ignorance when you boo individuals fighting at a very high level when they're playing a chess game, not trying to knock each other's heads off because they know the danger. I don't really like that. But again, casuals want blood, they want explosion, they want fireworks. So it's inevitable, but it's kind of annoying when you see someone like Floyd Mayweather giving a master class and they're bitching about him running when in reality he's severely outboxing his world class opponent. It's a very outlandish claim when you know what you're looking at. He's not running. He is basically outclassing you in the sport that you're competing in. So pretty sure you're gonna say something about chat. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. But yeah, I don't get that. Yeah. Just like an anime, there are definitely casuals in combat sports. Casual fans, I should say. Just like an anime, there's casual fans that say that Itachi's stronger than Madara. That fucking say Sakura loses to EMS Madara. The casuals will say that. All right, folks, we're approaching the time. I'm excited for this one. I haven't seen Canelo live in quite some time. Since I think when he fought Billy Joe, no, Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant. All right, folks. Final questions. We're almost there. Final questions. Well, about 15 minutes, I'd say. 15 minutes. All right. Shout out to you guys that joined the Discord. All right, this fight has been put in the books. What if Nagato could use limbo clones? He'd be so broken. Yes. Imagine this. An intangible Chibaku Tensei. Would that, in theory, be intangible? I don't know, because I don't know if the very Earth itself would become intangible, but who knows? That would be a problem. That would be a huge problem. Anyone with limbo clones is dangerous. Imagine Rock Lee with limbo. Imagine Kakashi with limbo. Imagine fucking Sakura with limbo. Getting hit by her, you're fucking dead. A limbo clone punches you in the face, you're dead. So limbo clones are just a problem. They're a problem. You need like 6-pass power to even detect them. You need like Sasuke's eye, the Rene Sharingan, or you need Naruto's ability to perceive emotions or whatever he had, right? And he was sensing the limbo clones.
Knocking him down, and in the second round, it was even better with a strong left hook.
All right, folks, getting close. You know how boxing works. There's always long intermissions between these fights. So, unfortunate. Getting close, folks. We're getting close. Stay tuned. Don't leave now, folks. The main event's almost here. Here we go. Yes, sir. Canelo Alvarez. Dmitry Bivol. Here we go, folks. Get ready. Just gotta wait for the walk-in entrances of each fighter, and we're here. We are here. We're ready. Will Canelo remain the king of boxing? We shall find out. Will he remain at the pinnacle of the sport? Or will Bivol shock us all by defeating the pound-for-pound king? We'll find out. Canelo Alvarez is in rare air, folks. He's in rare air. Not many fighters taste or inhale the kind of air that he is currently in. You know, he's one of the greatest boxers we've ever seen, arguably the greatest Mexican fighter ever. The only guy that compares is Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., and Canelo might have passed him up already. He might have already passed him up just due to the caliber of competition. 6 paths plus 4 limbo clones equals 10 paths of pain. Yep, adds up. Bivol is a pressure fighter, great pace. However, I would say one-dimensional at the world-class level. Canelo is the king of adaptation ever since his L to Floyd Mayweather, where I think he learned how to download data, just like Floyd used to, and he has the power to take you out. So Bivol is at a detriment here. I think Canelo takes it in the later rounds, or he outboxes him. So we'll find out. We shall find out.
Right now, I feel like Canelo is he's just on right now. Sometimes when the fight is just on,
Canelo is dangerous because he has the ability to adapt after a few rounds, and he has the ability to take you out after he learns how to adapt. Floyd didn't have that later on in his career. Floyd had the ability to adapt and outbox you, but he didn't have the ability to hurt you. All right, early on as Pretty Boy Floyd, he had the power, the aggressiveness. He lost that as he aged due to his body beginning to fail him, his hands, shoulders. So he defaulted to more defensive tactics. But Canelo implements offense and defense, and his defense is only increasing. And I would argue so is his offense. So Canelo is at the pinnacle of the sport, probably the best boxer in the world, technically speaking. Tyson Fury's probably up there, probably Bud Crawford, a couple others, but you could argue that Canelo is the very best that we have right now. The first undisputed middleweight champ of all time, was super middleweight, if I'm not mistaken, ever. He's the man. He is the man right now. So it's a great accomplishment. His power has translated. I mean, he did fight a light heavyweight against Sergey Kovalov and took him out. To be fair, it was an older Sergey, but still Sergey. His power, I think he's more powerful than Bivol. I think he has more power than Bivol does. So. It's going to be interesting, folks.
I don't think that Canelo can really be beat by the guys who they're matched him up against. I believe that Canelo will beat anybody put in front of him unless it is Dmitry Andre or.
Come on. No. I love Carissa Shields, but she's saying that Charlo would beat Canelo. Absolutely not. Charlo had a tough fight against someone that's nowhere near the caliber of Canelo Alvarez. Dmitry Andrade has like one world-class opponent. Absolutely not. That is fillet. That is not correct. I'm sorry, Clarissa. I know they're your boys, but let's be honest. Let's be honest. There's not very many fighters that I would say have a chance. Triple G in his prime had a chance. He beat Canelo. I still think he beat Canelo the first time. I think universally the masses agree with that. The majority of boxing fans, casuals, and hardcore alike agree that Canelo lost that fight. But they made it a draw, whatever. So Triple G would lose now. He's too old now. They want to make a third fight. He's too old. In his last fight, he looked older. He looked slower, less durable, less powerful. Canelo looks stronger, faster, more durable, overall better. He's gonna fuck up Triple G if they fight again. I wouldn't even want to see that, to be honest with you. Canelo Triple G is like 40 years old. He's too old. So he's too old. Of course, this is freezing right now. Perfect timing. All right, folks, let me fix this. There we go. All right, folks, we're almost there. Just waiting for it to begin. Started getting hot in here, folks. It's getting hot in here. We're approaching the moment here. And I'm sure many of you have heard of Tyson Fury's retirement. It's unfortunate. I would love to see him fight Anthony Joshua or Alexander Usyk. We probably will never see that now, unless Fury changes his mind. He does seem to want to fight Francis Ngannou, but that's more of a super fight for casuals. That's not a real fight where he's going to be tested very, very highly. I mean, Francis Ngannou's a fucking UFC fighter, so yeah. All right, folks. Just waiting here. Of course, we got fucking promos. Even though I paid money for this pay-per-view, still have promos and previews and shit. Very doesn't make sense to me, but I guess. All right, we get it. Jurassic Park, man. Can we move on, please? Goddamn. Cool. Let's move on to the fight, please. All right. I think it's about to commence in Vegas. It's crazy, man. Floyd's not boxing anymore. Pacquiao's not boxing. Tyson Fury's not boxing anymore. It's just a lot of legends are out of the sport now, man. Just time catches up to everybody. You know? Oh, they're both 31. Canelo has far more fights, though. Far more fights. All right, folks. It's about to begin here. Stick around if you're interested. Dmitry Bivol, 19-0, 11 KOs. Canelo has over 60 fights, or about 60.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask everybody who is able to please rise and remove your hats for the Mexican and American.
All right, we gotta wait for these anthems. You know how boxing goes, the way it works, it's traditional. It's ritualistic. So, who's singing? Let's see if I recognize this singer. I don't. I'm going to lower it because I don't want to risk getting copyrighted. I don't know if that's copyrighted. It probably is. It's a national anthem, so I'll turn it back up when time's right. Any funny questions you may have, folks, feel free to ask. Still have some time. Again, intermissions are long in boxing. It's unfortunate. They should change up their business plan. Canelo's in the locker room. High IQ play. Yeah. YouTube will catch you slipping if you're not careful. They will. But yeah, boxing business plan is not it, man. Shitty undercards, long intermissions, fucking previews in between fights that you pay for, like not good business plans. That's why it's arguably a dying sport. Arguably. So, especially with Tyson Fury retiring. I don't know, man. They gotta get their shit together. Promoters gotta stop being so stingy. A lot of corruption. A lot of selfishness, more so than corruption. It's corruption also, but so probably a heavy Canelo crowd, clearly. We're in the States. Vegas is about a few hundred miles away from the border to Mexico. Only makes sense. Bivol, I believe, is from Europe somewhere. I think he's Russian, if I'm not mistaken. All right. I think there's one more anthem. All right, folks, one more anthem, I think. Unless they're doing like a Russian anthem. I don't know. What's going on, Black Pharaoh? Thanks for coming in. You're just in time. Stick around. The main event is going to commence soon. I don't know why this keeps freezing. It's fucking annoying. But yeah, the main event's going to commence soon. Just give me a second here. It's being very, very slow. There we go. We're good. This fight should be a good one. Well, I don't know if it's going to be a good one, but I want to see Canelo, see what he has to offer. You know. Eddie Hearn's there. For you guys out care, I saw Eddie Hearn have an interview with Jake Paul. Jake Paul's an interesting fella, man. He brought business to the sport. You can't deny that. So. All right, folks. I think that should be it. The anthem's about to end. Is there another one? I think that's it. All right, they're already cheering Canelo. Not surprised. All right, Bivol's coming out now. Bivol's making his way. All right, guys, the entrances have begun. The walkouts are commencing. We are approaching the fight. Is there any music? Let me see. There is. I'm not getting caught slipping today. All right, I hear some boos. Obviously, it's a Canelo crowd. It's easy to guess why. So. Here's the question. And this is a question for every fighter that fights the biggest name in the fucking world in the sport of boxing. Will the bright lights be too much? Because I would make the argument that when you're under the brightest of lights for the first time, it can mentally affect you and physically affect your performance. When you're that nervous, you're that starstruck, and you're essentially a deer in headlights, it can make a difference. I think it happened to several fighters in the past. A good example, Robert Guerrero versus Floyd Mayweather. He was in the brightest lights of his life. Got outboxed so badly. He was flustered, throwing at the air, missing punches. It was uncharacteristic. Floyd was better. There's no doubt about it, but that definitely affects you mentally. So we'll see if that'll be a factor here. Bivol's fighting the biggest name by far he's ever faced in his fucking life. So, all right, folks. I think Canelo's about to make his way. Oh, wait. Bivol's still heading here? Yeah. He's still heading to the ring. All right. Oh, yeah, there's definitely music. Kind of loud, actually. Stick around, folks. The main event's about to commence if you're interested. Here he comes. Now he's coming officially. He's coming officially to the ring. Hear the boos. Let me see if I can turn it up a little bit. I'll turn it up back to where it was when the music's done, like when the fight starts. I'll be back up to normal. There's some bullshit music in the back. Oh yeah, that's definitely going to be copyrighted. I think that's black. That's black. The song, the AC/DC. I think. I can't even hear it, but. All right, folks. Bivol is in the ring now. Now we wait for Canelo's arrival. Make sure to hit the like button. Get us up in the algorithm, so people can at least see some commentating if they can't pay for it. You know, rather be safe than sorry. Yep. All right, Canelo's about to make his way too. Absolutely, the face of boxing, indeed. Canelo seems relatively easy, relatively calm. So, good for him. Good for him. All right. Here we go. All right, they're about to announce his arrival, and he'll start walking in. Freezing again, of course. Come on. There we go. Here he comes. Here he comes, folks. Canelo's making his way. Here he comes. People cheering. Filled out venue. The environment's probably electric right now, for sure, out there in Vegas. Here he comes. Here he comes. All right, we get it. Can we see him walk in now? Goddamn. Here he comes. He has a mariachis, I think. Of course. It is Cinco de Mayo weekend. Oh, nice. Nice little setup for him, for sure. Where is he? I'm still waiting for him to come out. God damn. Is he behind these dancing females? All right, we're still waiting for him to walk out. Where is he? There he is. There he is. There is the man of the hour. Now he's coming. He's on some sort of podium being celebrated. And he is the guy, you know? Oh, wow. What a setup. That's crazy. Be careful, Canelo. You don't want to fall now. That's insane. I think he's just taking time to embrace the moment. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Yeah, he's just taking the time to embrace the moment. I don't blame him. If you want to know my Twitch, it's in the description. ISO.Jones. I'm not showing the fight though, if that's what you're wondering. So, just by the way, my Twitch though, follow me on Twitch. All right, now he's walking here. Okay, cool. Best rapper? Personally, right now, probably rapper, not artist, rapper. Best rapper. That's a good one. Modern day, right now, the baby's up there. I like Jack Harlow. Future, is he really a rapper? I don't know. He's more like a singer, like a electronic singer of some sort. Kendrick Lamar, of course. Probably Jack Harlow or the baby right now, like current. Like, so the baby's fire, yeah. He has some fire hits. Canelo's in the ring now, folks. It's time. Once that music goes away, turn it back up. Hit the like button. I'm gonna get my best commentary performance I can. This should be a good one. The environment is electric. Yeah, I heard Future's new album. It's fire. It's fire. I enjoyed it. I thoroughly analyzed it, checked each song out. Fire. All right. Here we go. Here we go, folks. About to begin. Here we go. Absolutely. Light heavyweight WBA championship on the line, ladies and gentlemen. See how this goes, folks. See how this goes. Let's go. I'm hyped, man. I'm getting nervous. Getting nervous right now. Getting hot in here. God damn. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We're minutes away now. Minutes. Let's see how the coaching goes. If it goes to the judges, you know how that is in boxing. If you've been watching boxing, it can be a problem. It can be a problem. So I can say that. Here we go. Ready to rumble. Let's go, man. You're goddamn right it's come. We're ready here. Absolutely. Let's go, man. Show them what you got, Canelo. Show them that you're the king of boxing. Let's go. Let's see that technique. Let's see that art on display. Bivol looks ready, though. He looks engaged. He looks engaged. From Indio, California. Nice. Let's see what happens. Let's do this, man. Let's do this. Oh, booing his ass, too. All right. The king. Man of the hour. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Getting prepared for this.
6 years later, he won his first world title. His professional record now stands at 57 victories, 1 defeat, 2 draws, with 39 wins coming by way of knockout.
Yes, sir.
Tonight, he appears in his 22nd world title fight. He is the 4-division world champion, the 3-division unified world champion.
Wow. I didn't know he was 3-division world unified. Damn, that's impressive. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go, Canelo. Here we go. Let's do this, folks. Let's do this. Getting ready for this. Let's see what happens. Stick around, folks. You're going to want to now. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. The fight is about to commence. That's what we've been waiting for, man. Here we go. And yeah, here we go. Round 1. Let's see what happens. All right, immediately, Bivol begins to jab. He begins to jab. He's getting his range, testing the range with his jab. Smart. Oh, already some power shots by Canelo early on. Didn't. Oh, overhand right. A lot of linear shots being thrown by both men. Nice hook by Canelo. Ooh, nice shot by Bivol. Great timing. He's trying to catch Canelo coming in. Seems Bivol wants to be active early on. Already throwing a lot of jabs here. Canelo throwing power punches. Oh, shit. Bivol feels those on his arms. He might be blocking them, but he feels them. A lot of jabs by Bivol. More active fighter. Ooh, body shot attempt by Canelo. Oh, trying to go over the top of the guard. Canelo's trying to time Bivol, I think. Ooh. Oh, but that's body shot by Canelo. I can already assess he's a stronger puncher. You could tell. Canelo is, I should say. He's kind of throwing that corkscrew right hand, trying to go behind the guard. Yeah, that angle is good for going behind the guard. Oh, shit. Bivol blocked that one, though. Okay, nice combination by Bivol, going to the body, going to the head. Nice 1-2s. Again, sticking to the script, though. How long will that work against Canelo? Canelo's already implementing strategies to negate that. So, a lot of jabs by Bivol, though. A lot of jabs. Nice body shot by Canelo. Okay, Bivol. Here's a nice pace. Ooh, nice 1-2 by Bivol. Canelo seems to feel those a little bit. Nice body shot by Canelo. I believe round one's about to end. Oh, nice uppercut. That's the end of round one. Close round, I would say. Close round. Being objective, man, I might have to give it to Bivol. He was a little more active. More active. Close round, though. It depends on the judge. I would give it to Bivol personally, and I'm a Canelo fan. Bivol was more active. He was active the entire round. Canelo threw more glaring shots that are more, you know, they show more because he has more power. But I would give it to Bivol slightly. It's a close round, though. Who knows? There's probably a judge, maybe one judge or two that gave it to Canelo. We'll see. Depends on the judge. That's a close round, though. It's a very, very close round. Shout out to Mike Tyson. He's there, too. All right, guys. Now we wait for round two. Round two, here we go. A lot of jabs by Bivol already, once again. Jab by Canelo. Uppercut, inside uppercut by Canelo. That's a smart punch. It landed at the very end of the first round. I forgot to mention that. He landed a nice uppercut at the very end of the first round on the inside. Of course, it's freezing. Don't do that right now. All right, guys, we're good. We're good. Froze for like 2 seconds. Ooh, those 1-2s are nice, though. Bivol has some power on those. You could tell. All right. Canelo trying to land that inside uppercut again. Didn't land. Good defense by Bivol. Bivol's doing all right. He seems pretty sharp. Those 1-2s are nice, man. Oh, nice combination by Canelo. All right. The ref gave him a clash of heads warning. So you have clash heads there for a second. Bivol more with 1-2s. All right. Inside uppercut. Nice combination. Bivol slips it. Has Bivol against the ropes. Nice shot to the chin. Nice body shot by Canelo. Ooh, Bivol with the quick combinations. Quick 1-2s. Bivol doesn't hit exceedingly hard, but he hits very solidly, though. His 1-2s are solid. Like, Canelo's feeling those. They're solid. Oh, shit. Bivol pressing it a little bit. Pressing the action. Nice 1-2s. Very impressive. Yeah, Canelo's still the harder hitter, though, I'd say. All right, folks. 10 seconds left in the second round. I'm going to have to go to Bivol again, man, and I'm being objective here. He landed some nice shots. Yeah, 1-2. It's persistent. He's persistently just attacking Canelo with 1-2s because it's not even 100% or even 80. It's like 60, pop, 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 over and over and over and over all round long. It's working. So I got to give these rounds to Bivol. Canelo's going to have to change the trajectory of this fight. He's not in danger of losing. It's the first 2 rounds, but Bivol's doing well. He's handling the power shots well. He's landing a lot of shots. Maybe not cleanly, but the judges see a lot of pressing of the action by Bivol. So Canelo did well in that round. He didn't do bad. It's just Bivol's so active. All right, let's see how he adapts here. That's one thing about Canelo, he adapts. Yeah, Bivol looks very sharp. Round 3, by the way, folks. Forgot to say, round 3 just began. Ooh, nice 1-2 by Bivol, man. Yeah, maybe Canelo can change his trajectory. Oh, nice inside uppercut by Canelo. Canelo's becoming a little bit more active here. All right, Canelo's starting to slip a little more. Bivol started to incorporate a hook, but they were all slipped pretty well. Inside uppercuts, body shots, over the guard. Nice shots by Canelo. Ooh, nice behind the guard once again. Canelo got to pick up the pace here to negate Bivol's pace because he was pressing him in the first 2 rounds considerably. So it's good pace by Bivol, though. He has great pace. Nice slip by Canelo. Canelo, this is Canelo's best round so far. So far, I should say. Oh, nice shot. All right, yes, Bivol against the ropes here. Canelo's trying to incorporate more head movement now to negate all those 1-2s that he's been taking. I'm sure he can't take a ton of those. I mean, they're solid. You can tell. Oh, nice timing by Canelo. Bivol just blocked that one. All right, now he's starting to move his head more. That's what he should do. Nice inside uppercut by Canelo. All right. Bivol's 1-2s aren't having as much success now. Canelo's being more he's being more nimble. He's using a lot of head movement here. Ooh, nice shot. Oh, nice inside uppercut by Canelo. Again, Canelo adapts. That's what he's doing here. Canelo's evading a lot more now. A lot more than he was in the previous rounds. I disagree. I don't think it was an excellent round for Dmitry. I think Canelo won that round, honestly. I think it's 2-1. Dmitry has 2. I thought Canelo won that round, to be honest. More active, great defense, landed some good inside uppercuts, several. Yeah. So 2-1, Canelo. Make sure you hit the like button, folks, if you're enjoying the commentary. Really appreciate it. Make sure you hit the sub button if you're new. Really appreciate the support. Great fight so far. Round 3 ended. Waiting for round 4. Waiting for round 4 here. Canelo's already adjusting. They're telling him to stay off the ropes. All right, guys. Round 4 is about to begin. It's round 4. Here we go. Canelo's trying to implement being the aggressor more and more here to stop Bivol's attack, his onslaught, you know. Nice body shot by Bivol. By Bivol, I should say. All right, folks. See what Canelo does here. Bivol is attempting to continue his onslaught here. Shit, man, what a pace by Bivol. Bivol's unleashing. 1-2s, 1-2s. Making Canelo miss. Wow. Oh, shit. Bivol's having a good round here, man. Yeah, Bivol's backing up a lot to stop the inside game of Canelo. Being the longer, taller man, it makes sense. I agree with that. It makes sense. They said that Bivol has thrown 40 more punches. It makes sense. His pace has been very high. Good head movement by Canelo there. He's against the ropes. He doesn't want to be there. Not a good spot for Canelo. Bivol doesn't go. He doesn't throw 100%, so he's able to kind of aim his punches more. He's not just throwing for the fences. It's a good strategy. It's controlled power. He's calculated. Yeah, Canelo's got to figure this puzzle out, man. It's quite the puzzle, I'd say. Oh, nice hook spike, Bivol. Oh, nice inside uppercut. Oh, might have something here. All right, Bivol round. Bivol did very well in that round. Have a 3-1 Bivol. Had a very good round. Very good round. He was negating Canelo's aggressor attempts. He was trying to be the aggressor, and Bivol, using his height and his length, kept backing up, not allowing him to get inside. That's where Canelo is dangerous, inside. And Bivol can't throw those long 1-2s, right? You can't keep him at a distance. So he's backing up, not allowing Canelo to come in. It's a good game plan. It's ending round 4, by the way, folks. I'm waiting for the 5th round here. I still think Bivol won that round. He landed one good shot. Canelo landed one good shot at the very end, but that's not enough, in my opinion, to win the whole round. All right, guys, round 5. See what happens here. This is getting interesting, man. This is not going to be a walk in the park for Canelo Alvarez, who's a 5-1 favorite according to the odd makers here in Vegas. Bivol's a big guy, man, and has great pace. Yeah, Canelo is being patient though. He isn't throwing for the fences or anything. He's trying to implement some sort of game plan that will change the momentum of this fight. That's what he's trying to do right now. Canelo's gonna have to dig deep here, man. He's gonna have to dig deep. He's gonna have to compromise Bivol, his composure. He has to compromise it. Maybe Bivol's a little fatigued, possibly. He's not throwing very much. He did quite a bit of work in that 4th round. He might be a little fatigued. Canelo's active, more active in this round, but Bivol's not throwing as much. All right, there we go. He's throwing some here. Nice 1-2. Oh, shit. He has Canelo against the ropes here. Oh, shit. Canelo's asking for more, though. Oh, shit, man. Bivol's a tough son of a bitch. I'll tell you that. Canelo might be a little frustrated. Might be a little frustrated here. Chasing Bivol around the ring here. Bivol's evading. Bivol having success, man. The momentum of this round is shifting. What can I say? Oh, I thought he compromised him. I thought he shook him a little bit, but he didn't. Bivol with the 1-2s, man. That's a tough round because they both had success. Wow, I don't even know how to. It's like half Canelo, half Bivol. I don't even know who to give it to. For the sake of picking, I'm going to pick Canelo slightly. And it can go. That round's going either way. So what is it right now? 3-2? 3-2 Bivol? It could possibly 4-1. I wouldn't blame you for having it like that right now. It's a close fight. Very close fight. We're about to reach the halfway point of this fight right now. Bivol staying disciplined, man. He's staying disciplined. He's feeling that, man. That 1-2 is solid by Bivol, man. I might have underestimated his power a little bit. Solid. All right, folks, round six. Here we go. Canelo's going to have to outwill him, man. Push the pace on him. See what happens. Oh, nice 2 by Bivol, man. Right down the guard. Oh, shit. Bivol having success here again with the 1-2s, man. Canelo's trying, though. He's still trying to will himself here. Will himself into this here. Canelo's going to have to switch it up, though. Canelo's still trying here. All right. Bivol staying very disciplined, sticking to the game plan, man. Maybe being scripted for his case isn't so bad. He's sticking to the script, sticking to the 1-2, sticking to the long distance game here. Not allowing Canelo to get too close when he can. Staying in the middle of the ring. Ring generalship, just like the commentator said. Canelo has him against the ropes, trying to do something here. Not doing much, but... Oh, nice hook by Bivol. This fight is very tight. I agree. 50 seconds to go, folks, in the 6th round here. Very close round right here. Bivol's a little less active in this one. He had some success early on, but he's been very less active since then. Canelo's being patient, though. Evading some punches pretty well. Nice 1-2 by Bivol. 10 seconds left in this round. Close round, man. Close round. Whew, that was a close round right there. Close round. Another razor close round again. Close round. I feel like Canelo was more active, but Bivol was more effective, man. Fuck. I don't know who to give it to be honest. Close round. Probably Canelo. I would give it to. So it'd be what, 3-3? Could be. It could be 5-1 if you give those other rounds to Bivol. Either 3-3, 4-2, or 5-1. Bivol is either tied with him or winning. That's the way I look at it right now. It's a close fight, man. All right, guys. Round 7 is about to commence. Razor close fight. Razor close fight right now. Round 7. Canelo's going to have to do something big, man, to shift it. Ooh, nice slip. All right, guys. Bivol's continuing with his game plan, the jabbing, heavy jabbing, implemented with the cross punches. 1-2, 1-2. Look at the CompuBox numbers here. Oh, wow. Canelo landed only 6 punches in the round 6, but Bivol only landed 13. Maybe Bivol won that round. Shit. You see what happens, man. Canelo's going to have to wear him down. He's a big dude. Power. He still has the power. Nice head movement by Canelo. Ooh, nice shot by Canelo. Oh, shit. Bivol, man, with the nice hook. Doesn't throw it very often, but when he does, it has success a lot of the time. Shit. Bivol's just staying very disciplined. He's not breaking from the script. It's a great fight, though. All right, guys, 10 more seconds in this fight, excuse me, and it's a close round again. Oh, shit. I think Canelo lost that round. I'll be honest with you. I have a 4-3 Bivol. 4-3 Bivol. I'm being generous to Canelo. 4-3 Bivol. So, Canelo's going to have to do something, man. Close fight. So close. I think he's losing this fight, though. I'm going to be honest. Right now, he's losing this fight. Bivol's big. He's durable. He's disciplined. That's like the worst nightmare for Canelo. He seems to be taking his power. He's not being affected by the power that Canelo generates. He doesn't mentally break. He's sticking to the script. He's like stoic in there. More stoic than Canelo. So it's insane. All right, guys, round 8. Here we go.
Just a moment ago, both of you said, hey, this could be tied. Maybe Bivol by round. There's some that probably say, wait a minute, Bivol's probably winning this 6-1, 5-2. Wouldn't go that far either, but yeah, it's a close fight. Now we're edge up Bivol. Let's see what Chris Mannix thinks. I've got 68-65 in favor of Dmitry Bivol. That jab is...
So this guy has it. Well, this guy has it 5-2. I'm not mad at the scorecard, but you can argue that, yeah.
So there's the 1-2 combination for Bivol, and it's been finding its mark most of the night. Anybody that will tell you how Bivol will win this fight, this is how we'll do it. With the 1-2s, bouncing Canelo off, moving in circles, staying off the ropes. Bivol's doing exactly what he needs to do to win this fight.
Bivol's saying very disciplined, man. Very disciplined.
I think Bivol is really pulling it off here. The copyrights never say it all. It's not just that Bivol is giving us great combinations, but he's stopping Canelo from throwing. So Canelo doesn't
Damn.
output. He's not going to dominate this fight.
Look at that left hook from Bivol.
Canelo's dodging these punches, though, evading.
Like he hasn't done in a while. And the Russian is pulling Canelo against the ropes, pushing him, punching at him, not giving up, not stepping back. Yeah, it seems as if the tides have switched for me.
Bivol's very disciplined, man. You gotta give him that.
Bivol has landed double-digit punches in every single round. Canelo has not landed double-digit punches in any round.
Wow. Canelo hasn't landed double-digit punches in any round, and Bivol has in every round. That's insane. Bivol's winning this fight. I think you can say that concretely right now. It's starting to become more and more apparent. So Canelo can't do damage to the guy. He can't do damage to the guy. Has to freeze right now. Sorry, folks. Should have to freeze right now. Come on. Should come back very quickly. Of course it does. Apologies, folks. I don't know why it freezes like that. Come on. There you go. We're good. We're good. Nothing happened. We're good. Don't worry. 10 seconds left in this round anyway. I think Bivol won that round. Canelo's going to have to do something, man. He's losing this fight. I think he lost another round here. Damn. Coach is just giving him the right advice. Be intelligent. Stick to it. Stay disciplined. He says he has only 12 minutes left. He's right. 12 minutes left of fighting time. That's all that's left. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Canelo looks a little amped up from that speech. Maybe he needed that. Come on, Canelo. Push it. Push it. Come on. Push it. You gotta want it, man. You gotta want it. He might have to make this a fucking war, man. He might not have no choice. The tactical game might not work this time with this guy. He's too disciplined. Too big. He's going to have to turn up the heat, man. He's going to have to. He has no choice. Oh yeah, the guy, whoever made that fight a draw when Canelo fought Floyd, that guy should be fired forever. Trash ass fucking decision. He got dominated every round. You could argue he lost every round to Floyd. Like, please stop. But yeah. Anyways, in this round, Canelo has to be more active. Don't stop. Win every round, man. Win every round after this. Just be more active. Outwill him. You can't hurt him. Outwill him. Like, have to. You have to. Good head movement, though. Great head movement. Canelo seems to be winning this round, though. Bivol hasn't really landed anything. Canelo's willing himself, man. He is willing himself to this victory. He's trying. Body shot. 1-2. Hooks. Variation. He's going to have to push himself, man. Yeah, he's not going to pierce it. I agree. He's going to have to outwill him, though. It's outwill Bivol. Bivol's he's too big. Yeah, that's the difference. Come on, Canelo. Push the pace, man. Push the pace. Push the pace. You got to will yourself. Don't stop, Canelo. Keep pushing. There's 30 seconds left. Come on. Come on. He won that round. I think Canelo won that round just from sheer will, honestly. And of course, it freezes. But Canelo won that round, actually. If he can do that for 3 more rounds, he might win the fight. If he can keep that pace up, outwill Bivol, he might be able to do it. He might be able to do it. So, sorry, folks. I think it froze. Okay. We're good, though. He won that round due to sheer will, though. I'll give you that. He won through sheer will, which is insane. That's what he has to do. Hard to do. It's rigorous. It's fucking just exhausting, but he has to do that. Bivol's too big. You can't outpoint him. Doesn't seem like you can outpoint him. He's too disciplined. His script is like Canelo's kryptonite, to be honest. The script that he's sticking to seems like it's his kryptonite. Stick to it, Canelo. That was one of his better rounds. All right, guys, round 9. Round 9, here we go. Canelo has to dig deep, man. He's going to have to dig deep. This is where champions are made. All right, Bivol's already more active here. Canelo's going to have to keep pushing him, man. He's going to lose this fight this way. Come on, Canelo. Come on. Come on, Canelo. Wow. Damn. Bivol has thrown almost double the punches that Canelo has through round 9. That's insane. That's going to be substantial. Canelo has to hurt him, man. I think it's just his size, man, to be honest. He can't hurt Bivol. He's too fucking big, to be honest with you. No credit taken away from Bivol. He's great champion, but he just can't hurt the guy. She's like the bigger fighter, to be honest. Bigger, stronger fighter. Light heavyweight are big boys, man. So. Bivol's winning this round, man. He does.
I mean, it benefits him to keep his feet planted because he's so explosive. But when you're dealing with a technician or good footwork like Bivol, you're going to have to step up your footwork. Well, Canelo is chasing greatness by being this.
Come on, Canelo.
He's going to have to be great the rest of the way to win this.
Canelo's not being very active, not this round. Not like it was in the previous. He doesn't have that jolt that he had. Yeah, Bivol is just disciplined, tenacious, man. That's a Bivol round. It's a Bivol round. What can I say? I like Canelo, but he lost that round. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. It's what? Maybe at this point, 7-4? Oh, no, that hasn't been that many rounds. It's like 5-4, 6-4, whatever round we're in right now. Canelo has to dig deep, man. Has to dig deep. You got no other option here. Damn. You have to dig deep, man. Push the pace, Canelo. Round 11. Push the pace. Push the pace. Come on, man. Have to dig deep here. There we go. He's being active here. Throwing uppercuts, throwing body shots, throwing hooks to the head. Bivol is just solid, man.
He's even getting closer to Canelo here, letting himself be in Canelo's range, maybe because he's seeing less of power from Canelo.
Right hand scores for Bivol.
Oof. Come on, Canelo. You got to stay persistent.
Let's check in with Chris Mannix's scorecard. Yeah, I've got Dmitry Bivol in complete control despite the 97, 93 on my scorecard. Canelo Alvarez will either need a couple of knockdowns or knockout to win this fight.
I mean, I agree, man. He's going to need a knockdowns or a knockout. Agreed. Canelo just can't keep up with the pace. He seems tired. Yeah. Floyd. Yeah. Damn, good hook by Bivol. Coming out of the clinch like that. Yeah, Canelo's frustrated right now. Oh shit. Bivol's on it, man. He's not knocking Alvarez out, but he's doing well. All right, guys. No, he's being defeated right now. To be honest, he's being defeated. It's clear. That was a Bivol round, to be honest. Yeah, he's gonna have to finish Bivol. He's gonna lose this fight. He's gonna lose this fight if he doesn't. Canelo is losing as of right now. Ryan Garcia. I bet you're happy, huh, Ryan? Check up on the UFC card. Let me go ahead and do that. You have one this last round. Michael Chandler won by TKO in 17 seconds into the second round. Not surprised. Tony Ferguson's washed. Okay. Yeah, Ferguson should retire. He's old. He's too old. The last two have not started yet. One more round in this fight, folks. Disappointing for Canelo. Disappointing night. Unless he knocks Bivol out, which I highly doubt. See how this ends. Round 12, folks. This is the last round. Canelo got to dig deep or it's over. He'll lose. Nah, I doubt they'll give it to Canelo, man. That'll be the true conspiracy if he wins this one. If he doesn't knock out Bivol, that is. Great inside boxing by Bivol too. He's quick, man. Oh shit! Yeah, he's just too big for Canelo. No, Bivol doesn't hit super hard. He hits solid though. So, oh shit, Carlos Esparza won by decision. I just saw that right now. Carlos Esparza won by decision. Interesting. Rose ain't champ again. Wow, surprising. Yeah, looks like Canelo's gonna lose this fight, man. The first fight he's lost in what, like 8 years, 9 years, something like that. I think might have been not that long, but. Yeah, folks, this fight's coming to an end right here. Damn. I admit, I underestimated Bivol, man. And size makes a difference. Definitely. Yeah, Canelo lost that fight, folks. It is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. He didn't do enough. The guy was too big. The shots that usually, help him win fights didn't work this time. He was too big. Too powerful, too disciplined. Didn't give any inch. So, Bivol won the night. He's a good fighter. He's a great fighter. So maybe Canelo should stick down at 168. Man, this is too big for him. These guys are big, powerful, disciplined. You know. Oh man, time waits for no man. Yep, Ferguson's washed. Definitely, he's washed. Canelo knows he lost. You see it in his face. I'd be shocked if it's a draw. He did not win that fight, man. I didn't even got close to it, honestly. And I love Canelo. He lost that fight, clear as day. Not clear as day, but he lost. No, there's no question. You know. See this judge decision, man. Canelo does not appear to that. I don't agree with that, man. He does not appear to think he did enough. He lost that fight. He knows that. Let's see. It's unanimous. And still. Yeah, he know he lost that one. Agreed. He's a bigger guy, man. No credit away, but he's just bigger. Like, I don't think he's a better boxer than Canelo. He's just a bigger guy. Beat the guy. He's the better man. I don't take that away, but he's not a better boxer than Canelo. He's the better man, though. The bigger man, stronger man. Disciplined as hell, clearly. See what they say. I'm interested to see what Canelo has to say about this. There you guys have it, man. That was the fight. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Let's hear the interviews, and I'll wrap it up. I want to hear what Canelo and Bivol have to say. Damn, Bivol's solid, man. Great champ.
Dmitry, congratulations. You've been waiting a long time for an opportunity like this. And in your first opportunity, you beat the best pound-for-pound fighter in all of boxing. How do you feel about your performance?
First of all, I want to say thank you everyone for coming.
There's some cheers in there. You're hearing some respect.
Mexican fans, and I'm glad I proved myself today. I'm the best. I'm the best in my version, and this is belt. I keep this belt. And thank you, Eddie Hume. And sorry I broke your plans with Gennady Golovkin, maybe.
Damn. He did.
He's a great champion. I respect him. I respect all his team.
Why did you believe that you could pull off this upset?
You know, if you don't believe in yourself, what you do, you never achieve. You achieve the nothing. I believe. My team believe me. And you all should believe in yourself. And you achieve what you want. You said before the
Solid words.
you didn't know how you would deal with the speed of Canelo. After that first round, how did you think you were going to fight him? I felt his power. You can see on my arm. He beat my arm up, but not my hand. It's better. He gets a good speed, good power. He maybe his mistake. He threw only 5 punches. After 5 punches, he relaxed and tired.
Good point.
Hurt you? Yeah, my arm. Hurt my arm. I can keep my belt now. But yeah, please. And we can see right here, we can put the camera on your arm right there. We've seen that from Canelo opponents in the past. But I expected that. I watched his fight against Callum Smith, and I accept that. This is better on my head.
Bivol's a good champ, man. Great champ. Maybe one of the greatest.
As this fight went on, no, nothing. I was feeling great, like I never feel myself. But do you get fight in my career, and I enjoyed this fight. I enjoyed when people crowd, when he beat me, and this is more gave me more energy. But did you feel he was getting frustrated with you in those later rounds? Let's ask him. I don't know. We'll turn quickly to Canelo Alvarez. Canelo, you've won a lot of close decisions before. Did you feel
See what he says.
in this fight? No, la verdad es que es un gran campeón. En el boxeo se gana y se pierde. Me tocó perder, no voy a dar excusas. Yo sentí que gané, hice lo suficiente para ganar, pero así es el boxeo.
Come on, Canelo. Did you really think you won that fight? Come on. He didn't feel that, man. He's not going to admit that. He's too prideful, but he lost that fight. He knows it.
Sometimes in boxing, you win and lose. Not even excuses. I lost today, and he won. What made him so difficult? No, él es un buen peleador. Entra, sale. Sentí mucho su peso también. Entra, sale, es un buen peleador. No lo puedes conectar tan fácil. Es un gran peleador, pero creo, como te dije, hizo una gran pelea y al final de cuentas la gente es la que gana. Yeah, so he's a really good fighter. He's a fighter that comes in and goes out. I also felt his power, but I think it was a good fight. You know, it was a good victory for him. Do you feel like you fought a big, real light heavyweight, and maybe the weight was an issue for you? No, obviamente sentí el peso, pero no fue ninguna excusa. Ninguna excusa, es un gran peleador y, como digo, es lo que es. Es lo que es, y se gana y se pierde, es un deporte así, hay que aceptarlo tal cual.
At least he's accepting the defeat. He's not saying, I should have won. Like,
No excuses.
give him that.
I think that's what happens in this sport of boxing. You win or lose, that's sport, and that's what happens. You're a very smart fighter during your fights. You usually have a plan B or a plan C. Why was nothing working against him? Es un gran peleador, traté de hacer muchas cosas, pero es un gran peleador, entra y sale, sabe utilizando bien su distancia, y como te digo, yo creo que hice lo suficiente para ganar, pero así es esto. Yeah, so he's a great fighter. He comes in and out. He really manages his distance really well. I felt like maybe did enough to win the fight, but that's boxing. You have a rematch clause. Do you want to do this again? Claro que sí. Esto no se queda así.
All right, so he wants to fight him again. Makes sense. Of course he's going to want to.
All right, Canelo, thank you. We'll turn to Dmitry Bivol. Dmitry, Canelo says he wants a rematch. How do you feel about that? Yeah, rematch. No problem. Rematch. Let's talk about rematch. I wanted this fight for. Вообще, я просто хотел этот бой без всяких там каких-то особых условий. Теперь я хочу какие-то условия.
He wants to fight again? Makes sense.
Rematch будет. I took this fight because I just wanted to get the opportunity, and I appreciate this opportunity. I didn't fight for anything except getting the fight. I'm ready for the rematch. I just want to make sure that I can be treated like the champion now. What do you think you proved tonight?
He will.
You know what they proved? my boxing fans that they believe me, and они зря верили в меня.
That they all believed in me, and it wasn't a misjudge. They believed in me, and I appreciate that.
Congratulations, Dmitry. Brilliant performance. And thank you. And I want to say thank you, every country, every people who watched this fight and who believed in me. Thank you, everyone.
So there you have it. Daniel, he said, I want to thank
Damn, bro. There you guys have it, man.
Did you believe he could do what
He's bigger, disciplined, stoic. That's the game plan to beat Canelo Alvarez, you know. Could he beat him the second time? Being objective about it, I don't know, man. If he can't hurt the guy, what can he do? That's his game. He can't get in there. There's a chance he could, but I don't know. I just don't know. Well, folks, there you guys have it. That was a Canelo fight. Very good fight. It was close, but Canelo just didn't do enough. Didn't do enough damage. Got pressed by Bivol. He didn't have like fantastic power. He had very solid power. That was the difference. Solid power that's persistent. It doesn't go away. Probably due to his size. Probably due to his cardio. Never went away. Canelo couldn't beat that. It was too big, too powerful, too disciplined. So there you guys have it. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you guys for coming in. Appreciate the likes. Make sure you hit the like button if you did enjoy. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit the sub button if you haven't done that yet. I appreciate you all. Thanks to AJ for being a moderator. And I'll be back with more content soon, folks. And until then, stay classy, folks.